Well, well, well. There was a whole lot of bedroom games being played on tonight's episode. A whole lot of bedroom games. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag in all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for HAHN and NOTS, and this is season 7, episode 4. And as I said, there was a whole lot of hanky-panky going on, if you will. Everybody's in the bedroom playing all kind of little games that they ain't got no business playing. First off, let's talk about Hannah. Now, what passage, Hannah, is it in your Bible that tells you that you should be up in that bed with that man with your sexy nightgown on? I said, girls, you sitting over there with your sexy lingerie on, honey, and you laying up in there. I said, real Christian-like, honey. Real Christian-like. Laying up in there with the man, honey, and they going back and forth. And she's telling, this is hard, Hannah. And she's telling, don't be nasty. Bitch, you knew he wasn't talking about that. That's what you wanted him to be talking about. You knew it was hard because you was over there rubbing your nasty stinking butt up against it, honey, and playing games. I just wanted to, he said, he said, see, you playing games. Why ain't you wear one of them big old moo-moo sheets you got back there in that bathroom? She said, you was going through my drawers. He said, no, I was looking for a towel, but I seen them old cotton ugly. I said, Glory done seen your good lay downs, honey, and you done went and put on your sexy lingerie, honey, and got up in there with your silks on, honey, and trying to lure him. And he caught you. He was on to you. He was getting ready to give you the dick, honey, and you was sitting up there playing. And I'm sitting there, and she said, well, I just wanted to feel pretty. Yeah, see, all of this foolishness, this is foolishness. This is the part. You always sitting around here with this Bible, and you got all these Bible verses and all of this Jesus help me and all of this mess going on, when meanwhile you're literally working. There's no slip up about what you're doing. You tell the man, I want you to stay tonight in my bed. I said, well, what is all that? What's all this emoting, honey? How do you think I ain't never played the game before? You think I ain't never shimmied and carried on and got what I wanted, Miss Hannah? Girl, I'm on to you, bitch. I see you, girl. And you did all that. I ain't in the bed. And he was looking real, real cute over there, too. I said, look at you, girl. And you was over there pushing your butt up against him, honey, and doing all that. And you was actually getting ready to fall right into the trap. I don't know what you was going to, what Bible verse you was going to lay into, but you was going to get laid into if Vinnie hadn't brought his old cock-blocking ass up in the room. Because y'all went through the whole thing. We're going to put these pillows in between us and this, that, and the other. He said, that ain't getting ready to work. That's silly. And he moved them pillows, and you was saying, hoo-wee, hoo-wee. So literally 5 more minutes, baby, there was going to be some wetness and a little bit, and then it was going to be on and popping, honey. On and popping, and you would have been saying nothing. You was going to be calling for Jesus, but you wasn't going to be saying no Bible verses at all. But Vinnie came in there, honey, and was giving you get out of here. And then actually got in the bed. I was like, oh, Vinnie, that's really too much. That whole thing really kind of got on my nerves because I wasn't feeling it. And he almost took the shirt off, y'all. He almost took the shirt off. Y'all still with me, honey? Are we still going by what Miss Patty said? He almost took that damn shirt off. I said, and I was sitting there. When he said, I'll take it off, I was like this. Honey, here come Benny. Just ridiculous. And then the thing is, as much as Benny be fucking, ain't no way. If either one of my boys was out laying it low and spreading it wide the way Benny be doing, I wouldn't let him in my bed. Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't think so. That's why you have your own bed. Get out of here. And when you get to the age where you out fucking, and I ain't fucking, you definitely ain't bringing your dirty ass in here. Cause ain't no reason for me to have crabs and scabies and nothing else that done found their way into my bed and I ain't been doing nothing. Cause that damn Benny is a dirty dick somebody, honey. He done fucked Erica. He been fucking old nasty Veronica and whoever else. I mean, from what they've showed us about Benny and the way he get down, anybody that opened their legs to Benny, hey Benny, you close your legs to married women, you understand? Close your legs to everybody. What you giving? Everybody who has ever offered pussy to Benny, Benny has dipped into. Honey, if Benny went anywhere near my bedroom, I'd punch him in his mouth. I don't even want him to cross my goddamn threshold. Scared something might jump off of him onto my damn bed. Benny. I ain't no way. Ain't no way. I don't play them games, though. I don't play them games. Anybody grown and fucking, don't get on my bed. Don't get on my bed. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, so that was Hannah's little thing. And then Derek ended up literally getting out of the bed. And that was like really awkward. Benny come in. Derek get out the bed. Hard dick and all. I said, oh. How you feel about yourself, Benny? You done got your mother was in the bed with a man. He get out the bed with a hard dick, and then you get in the bed, and then gonna tell your mother, "Don't what you got that nightgown on? Like, don't put that on. Go put on one of the muumuus you be usually wearing." I said, "This is too much. It was too weird. It was too weird." But Hannah and I walked him to the door. I said, "That's just ridiculous." Anyway, another little bedroom game, and this one's going really. This really worked my nerves. It really did. So Charles is up there. Charles and Landon. After everything that happened last week with the Candace thing and the is he gay and all that. After all that, Candace is going on about her business. She downstairs getting drunk and then packed up all her stuff and then been dismissed. Charles is over there. He's going through all the woes of being president. I want to go outside. I want to just don't, the isolation is just gets so on nerves. Okay, we listen to all that bullshit. It is what it is. You're already the president of the United States. That's it. It is what it is. Then he's like sitting there with Landon. Because Landon said, we can get you a woman in a date or something. And then Landon's like, oh, so it's Candace. You just want Candace. He starts talking about Candace and how much fun she was and how free he felt with her. Landon's sitting there like, I don't want to hear this shit. Landon could care less. That's the last thing you want to hear is how this bitch makes you happy. Because he's jealous. And he's sitting there and then he's like, well, we can call some of your friends. They look at me different. This, that, and the other. They all look at me like the president. So then they like, okay, we're going to have a drink. And he's like, sir, I'm going to do this. He's like, it's not like we didn't do this before. So then here they go. They're getting drunk again. Now this time they get all the way drunk. You remember the last time they got drunk and when Landon went to take his shoe off, they had a fit. Like, what are you doing? I could do that myself. He felt like he was a little bit violated. I said, okay. Now, this is where I got really pissed off with Charles. Because, see, back then we played the game with Charles. And Charles was an old street-ass guy. So now we're playing the game that Charles, You literally, you couldn't pick up on any of the signs that this gay man was digging you. Okay, so now the cat is out of the bag because you overheard the whole conversation where Candace said, you're in love with him, this, that, thing, the other. You heard the whole conversation, so you know Landon's whole goddamn deal at this point. So ain't no more of that. The fact that you even got him up around you, you out of order. You're completely out of order because you already know how he feels about you, and you know you don't need to have him. If it ain't work related, he don't need to be up around. As a matter of fact, you don't need him, period. You don't. I mean, it's just one of them things. That you just don't need him, period. Sorry. You don't need him. You need somebody else to carry, because he's too much in your intimate space for him to be digging you and you ain't with it. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with it. No, y'all gonna have these drinks. I said, here they go. They get ready to cross that line, right? So the line been crossed because now y'all both drunk. Now we're right back where we started. Oh, I can't hardly get over here. You got to help you to the bed. Landon said, oh yeah, you've been working out too much because you can't even take your shirt off. He helped you take your shirt off. Then you go down, oh, I can't even get, he took the shoes off. Now remember when we did the shoes before? You ain't forgot. Now I think you're being manipulative and you're playing games. You're being manipulative and you're playing games, and that ain't right and that ain't fair. And you're sitting there, but see, Landon, you a stupid bitch because you getting caught up in it. Anyway, they go through all of this. So you took the shoes off, took the shirt off. You didn't help. He helped you take your belt off. What straight man is having this gay man who you know digs you helping you taking your belt off? There's just some lines that don't get crossed. I've been a gay man for a very long time. First of all, I don't really have this to do. I don't have this whole, I'm going to try to turn you out, and I ain't got that to do. I ain't got that to do. And it's not that I think that I'm anything special or anything like that. I am just who I am. My personality is what it is. I play whatever role I play. The role I play is of the chasee, not the chaser. And it's always been that way. I ain't chasing no motherfucking body. I ain't doing that. I ain't got time for that. I don't have time for that. That just ain't even my get down. 47 years in, I ain't chasing nobody. Ain't chased nobody and ain't chasing nobody. And I this whole thing just was on my nerves. Real bad on my nerves. And they go through the whole thing, and then he's like, oh, I just need something, just a little something to take my mind off. And now you laying back here. You got your belt off. You got your pants there. Your shirt is all the way off. You laying there. And you know when you lay back, Landon was on his knees in front of you. You know what the fuck you doing, Charles. All of this is gay as hell. It was gay as hell. I was like, this is softcore porn. Are y'all enjoying it? And then you're going on with this, I just need something, just a little bit of something to take my mind off of this whole thing and this, that, thing, and the other, and I'll be okay in the morning. But right now, I just need something. And what would that be, Mr. President, while you laying back here with no shirt on? Now let me dig this now, just in case y'all ain't peeped the scene, if you ain't seen it. You laying back on the bed, no pant, no shirt, belt off, belt completely off, and you got the gay man that you know is gay on his knees, laying down there on the floor in front of you, standing over you, talking about you need a little something. And he say, maybe I can help you with that, sir. And you're like, yeah, just anything, Landon. So you basically, I was like, what kind of conversation is this? And then when Landon goes in for the kill, honey, I said, you thirsty, nasty bitch, Landon. Because, see, that's the other thing. He ain't bought you nothing. He ain't took you nowhere. He ain't led on that he liked you or nothing. So that's another whole issue with Landon and your personality. Girl, you thirsty and nasty. And the first thing you do, bitch, is you going hobnobbing, girl. I said, She a different type of gay than I am, honey. Not me. Not me. That ain't my thing. I ain't never been no quick, slick dick sucker, honey. I ain't got time for that. That's a whole mess. That's a whole mess. But again, whatever. See, this is again, that's a lot of the stereotype where people be running around thinking that all gay people is nasty. All gay people ain't nasty and quick to be sucking dick like that. That was a whole mess. A whole mess. That's what you had to offer. I said, okay. And she went right on in for the kill, honey. And he going, oh, what are you doing? Get out of this room. I said, and exactly what was it that you thought that he was going to do, Charles? While he was on his knees in front of you while you was laid back on that bed. What you thought he was going to rub your feet? That was a little off. That's a little too gay too for me. Any skin to skin, period, is a little bit too queer for me, Mr. Straight President. Bullshit. I said, you manipulative and you shady. And now I'm looking at you out of the side eye. Old Charles, Mr. President, suspect as hell. Anyway, Landon jumped up, baby, and ran out of there. And then that's when his whole life flashed in front of his eyes because, like he said, I think I just lost my job. He goes downstairs, he runs into Candace and tells Candace. Then he blames it on Candace. I said, now how's it her fault? You tell Candace that it's her fault because she put in your head that he was gay. No, girl. You've been wishing and hoping for an opportunity to blurp his bird all this time. Because for some reason, you feel like your head game is all that. You really do. And I don't know why, because even with Jeffrey, and Jeffrey is gay. Jeffrey is gay. And you did all that to Jeffrey, and you still can't stop Jeffrey in his tracks at all. So I don't know, maybe you give bad head or something. I don't know, girl. You do, but you nasty, girl. You too quick to be blurping people. That's part of your problem. So then he got all mad at Candace, called Candace a bitch, and then walked on off. I said, bye, Landon, nasty. Bye, see you, girl. And just in case you forgot, you better stay the fuck away from Mitch, bitch, and I ain't playing with you. You tried with Mitch, and I'm definitely going to get written into the script because I'm not playing with you, Landon, bitch. Y'all watch her, honey. If I miss an episode or something, y'all call me because I ain't playing with her. I'll go yank her all by the back of her shirt and shit. You better go ahead. Anyway, moving on. More bed play. RK over there with Veronica. Now, see, you, Mr. RK, with your fine self, Lord have mercy, you are totally barking up the wrong tree. He done screwed her, and now he up there sleep. She's sitting on the end of the bed watching old wedding videos of her and David. I said, Lord, she crazy as cat crap. And he'd wake up to her, turn that mess off. You know, he wasn't trying to hear the shit. He told her, I'm sleepy, you making noise, and this with this bullshit, you acting all crazy. She's going on, and he's steady saying this shit, and she's going on. He said, I told you don't call him. I told you need to leave that alone. He don't know he really dealing with the devil. She tells him, you act like you didn't see him slap me to the floor. He said, I protected you too, didn't I? She gonna say, you protected me. Yeah, you protected me. But you didn't beat his ass, though. Boy, baby, RK can't beat David's ass. Like, are you kidding? Stop playing, Veronica. She will say, Benny Young would have beat his ass. Well, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. Because them shit, Benny and David fight real good. You know, when they fight, that's like a whole moment for me. I said, shit, go on and fight. They'll get it on, honey. But that, not RK, honey. Or David will smash RK's little face in, honey, and have him looking real stupid. And RK know it, honey. He said, hey. He was just hoping that David would come to his senses. He didn't really want to fight with David. You want to know Bubba with the B, huh? No. Not at all. Chelsea, she keep on with this Benny Young would have beat his ass. And they get to having words back and forth. He telling her, go to sleep. She gonna say, get out of my bed and get out my house. They going back and forth. He gonna say, girl, ain't nobody thinking about you and that bullshit. I'm sleepy. Now cut it out. They're going to say, you a crazy bitch. You know that's her trigger. She get up there trying to fight him and carrying on. He said, no, stop it, goddammit. Now I'm tired. I said, oh, all right, Eddie. But she done already jumped over onto Crazy Street. He don't realize it. She said, that's all right. You lay there and you get some rest, honey. He laying there. Veronica gets up. She go on downstairs. RK up there just looking pretty and cute in the bed, sleeping. Honey, that bitch that went downstairs and turned on the damn stove and making grits. I said, somebody's getting ready to play grit ball, honey. And she's like, see, I'm tired of these motherfuckers. Keep on disrespecting me. They must forget that I am Veronica fucking Harrington. And she's steady down there making grits. I said, Lord, where is we going? Where is we going? I said, poor RK, she is getting ready to ball you up. And you don't even know. Keep playing around in the bed, Eddie. Moving on. Mess. Wyatt. Wyatt finally gets, Sarah gets to her house. Wyatt's banging on the trunk for her to let him out. They get out. This whole scene was just stupid. She's like, you can help me. Your whole family's crazy. You can help me. He's like, give me your purse. You got some money? She gonna say, what you gonna do, rob me? He just snatched her purse and shit. And he going through there. He gonna say, you got some money? She said, I got money in my apartment, but you can help me. We're gonna go talk to my boss. I'm gonna take you to the DA. You're gonna help me with the DA. I said, such convenient, lazy writing. But I said, I'm not gonna fuss about it no more. We're just gonna move on. We're moving on from that. Vinnie sits down and talks to Mitch. Y'all remember Uncle Vinnie that got the old and the neck cutting. So he's talking to Mitch and they go on, and then that's when Mitch figures out, wait a minute. Of course we know who stabbed your friend. Of course we know. It's another family. The job, Mama Rose has, in some kind of way, Mama Rose has excused it and her boys ain't on it no more. But a lower level family then took it up. Like they basically just contracted them to fuck up Benny. And gets down to the whole thing. He's saying, Mitch gives Uncle Vinnie the $45,000. And he says, well, he says, the thing is, I'm going to need my money now. I'm going to need my interest. But he ain't got it, Uncle Vinnie. He said, listen, let me tell you, this little punk. He said, I don't know what's up with you and this kid. They keep on trying to throw that little thing there. And Mitch is like, listen, we're friends since high school. Y'all can stop this shit, the bullshit. Benny ain't messing with none of the guys in the damn program. So y'all can stop that shit. Or Mitch, not Benny. I don't know who Benny mess with anybody. But Mitch ain't messing with no guys. Y'all can stop trying to throw that off on Mitch. Mitch ain't messing with nobody till I show up. So that's that. If I don't show up in the script, y'all don't need to approach Mitch with that shit no more. Now, if I show up in the script, this shit's going to get questionable. That's all that's to it. So Mitch is like over that shit. Like, look, don't keep playing with me with that shit. I ain't messing with no boys. He's my friend. That's that. He ain't got the money. And Uncle Vinnie said, that punk got $8 million in the bank. He's like, what? And yeah, we know the family that's after him. Now, Mitch got questions for Benny. And he was supposed to be meeting Candace. Candace was coming out to the bar to meet him. He done forgot. Because he done jumped up out of there and left. So I'm like, oh my God. So Candace is actually on the way down to Uncle Vinnie's bar. Mitch done already left. So that's opening up to something. I can't wait to see her get there, to see her run into Uncle Vinnie and see what transpires with that. Because that's, if Tyler don't write something in there, that's a big missed opportunity. But Mitch is on his way to try to figure out shit. I said, Lord have mercy, this is just too stupid. Too stupid. But they know about the money in the bank, and they want the money, and they ain't letting up. And Mama Rose then recontracted it out, and if they don't get their money, Betty's ass is going to eat it, honey. I said, Lord have mercy. Okay, so down to the Cryer's house. They ain't in no bed because they can't stand each other. Not even a little bit. They can't stand each other. So they having some words back and forth about how Wyatt got out. Jim says, check the goddamn video from the outside surveillance, and I promise you, he done jumped in her damn trunk and got away from here. So then Catherine said, oh, great. He went on off with your whore, and they going straight on down to the DA, right to the place where we don't need him to go. You just send him straight on down to the goddamn DA. You're real good, Jim. You know that? They going back and forth. He tells her, shut the hell up, Cat. She said, tell me to shut up again. He said, shut up. She took her drink and threw it in his face, Jennifer Williams' husband style. He said, and they're looking at her. She said, now tell me to shut up again. I said, yes, Catherine. What you gonna do now, girl? Hit him with the cup? Because that's what I did next. I'd have crashed him with the motherfucking shot glass. Bow! But he's like, bitch. And by this time, the little guy done come back in the room. I was like, girl, wait a minute, now what? I was waiting to see what she's going to do next. He's like, bitch. I said, oh. Because, see, you know, you don't play with Catherine like that. When Catherine get quiet, that bitch will pull her gun out. So I was like, oh, you really trying it, Jim. So they stopped arguing. She's like, to hell with him. I got some shit for him. She get on the phone, baby, and calls Broderick. And tells him, you know what, I need to see you. Where you at? He gonna say, she said, come on out here. Come on out to my house. He said, the house, your house? You mean the house that you and your husband share? Oh, no, I can't do that because your husband threatened me within an inch of my life. She gonna say, he just did that because he mad because you got more inches than he do, and I want every one of them. I said, oh, Catherine, you nasty girl. She said, I sure do. He said, I ain't coming out there. She said, well, that's okay. Tell me where you live. I'm coming to your house. Well, you may not want to do that because you know you live in the ghetto, child. She said, listen, text me the goddamn address, and hung up. I said, girl, no, you ain't. She done got so mad with Jim calling her that bitch. She going on down to the ghetto to get banged out. I said, well, honey, y'all got a lot of hanky-panky going on, honey. Child, hanky-panky, nothing like a good spanky. I said, all right, y'all doing a whole lot tonight. Then we go on, and here's David having his bandage, have some of the bandages removed, and then he's going to get the full bandage removal the next day, but he's getting some things removed now by Madison. And Madison's like, well, let me give you something for the pain because it's going to hurt. He's going to say, no, I need to feel all the pain, all of it. And he's like, okay. And he's like doing it, and Jeffrey's standing there, and he's like, that bitch, she did this, that, and the other, and she killed Erica in that car, and this, that, and the other, and I'm going to get her. And Madison was like, listen, I'm going to walk out because if you all keep talking, I don't want to hear, I'm not supposed to hear none of this stuff. I don't want to know nothing. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. So that's that. Everything's fine. David's laying there. Madison goes downstairs. David gets on the phone, calls Jim, and tells Jim, you know, I'm done. I'm actually completely done with this marriage. I'm going to kill this bitch. You know what I mean when I say I am done. I am done. He said, I'm done. And Jim said, well, good, finally. And I'm going to be the sad friend standing beside you while they throw the fucking dirt in her face. Just as happy? I said, oh my gosh. So then downstairs we got Madison. Madison tells Jeffrey, so Jeffrey said, well, you'll sleep down here, you know, in the guest room and stuff. He said, you don't want me to sleep with you? I said, oh, Madison. Well, wait a minute. I mean, I understand it. Y'all know Jeffrey fine. I understand it. But girl, you quick on the draw, ain't you? And Jeffrey's like, well, that would be a little weird, Madison, because we don't know each other like that. He said, but we were making out. I said, yeah, that's the truth. You really were in your dad's room, in his closet, getting down, honey, when your mother caught you. He said, but my dad's room was right next door. Wouldn't that be a little weird? He said, yeah, it probably would because I'm loud. He gonna say loud. Now, when he said that, here comes Jeffrey. Now, Jeffrey, I said, now, Jeffrey gonna say, oh, is that right? And gonna turn back around. I said, well, look at here, nasty. I said, everybody is really on one tonight. Child, and they get to going back and forth. Jeffrey talks about how he only had 2 partners, this, that, thing, the other. So he's tell me the stories. I'm not going to tell you the story right now. He said, you're going to tell me one time or another, and I ain't got all night long, so you might as well tell me. Baby, they get to sit down on the couch, and they talking. And I said, well, they just going to talk for a minute. And before we know anything, ain't nobody going in no room. Honey, Jeffrey and Madison is going to be getting down on this couch because they was just leering all into each other's eyes. I said, here we go with some more gay porn, honey. Next thing you know, they sitting there, and you see this little red dot keeps floating around, and Madison's looking and trying to focus like, I know I ain't this damn tired. Baby, there is the goddamn sharpshooter target focused right on the center of Jeffrey's forehead. I said, oh, that motherfucking crazy ass goddamn Justin. I said, Lord have mercy. Y'all see my damn thumbnail. Red dot, honey. I said, either you done gone Indian or you about to get fucked up, darling. Hello. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you myself. My name is Veronica and Rk. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I'm bringing you a new weekly show on my YouTube channel. I don't have a whole lot of time, so lean in close. Come on in and let me tell you about Swipe Left. What I want to do is, on Saturdays at 12 noon, I'm going to drop a new video every week. Pick that video up at my YouTube channel. Watch it, kiki, laugh, share the link with your friends, give them a laugh. I'm telling you, it goes down in these internet streets, and I'm going to be your guide at Swipe Left. That's it. Hashtag Swipe Left. Remember, Saturday, 12 noon, Veronica and Rk, Swipe Left. It's going to be a ball. See you there. Gotta run. Shit's going down. I gotta go.